Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the... Go ahead.
Welcome back, family. Here we are for the next installment of our countdown for the top 100 slabs in my collection at the end of 2022. This installment will have books 21 through 40. We're working our way down the countdown. Casey Kasem would be so proud.
Let's take our turn for countdown on number 40. What do we got here, Richard?
We have, and I'm actually really excited that this book might start taking off again because of Into the Spider-Verse has Jessica Drew.
Oh.
We have Spider-Woman number 1 in a 9.8.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you had a 9.8 of that.
Mm-hmm. It's an off-white to white page, though.
Don't care.
Yep, 1978. It is 2 months newer than the Miss Marvel that I had with the Stan Lee signature.
Oh, yeah.
That's I think 2 months. That came out 2 months before this. This was my oldest 9.8.
That is going to run you $285 for the fair market.
And I'm very happy about it. I got this real early when I started building this collection. And this is not the lowest on the countdown for Spider-Woman books.
I know the other one.
Coming in at number 39 is the other one. Marvel Spotlight on the Spider-Woman. Marvel Spotlight number 32. Marvel Spotlight did not get read a lot, but man, they have a lot of first appearances in it, don't they?
Yeah.
This is the first appearance of Jessica Drew / Spider-Woman, and it is the first and only time you ever see Nick Fury with a pink gun.
Interesting. And does she? And she doesn't have any hair or anything in this. It's all covered in a.
It looks like
it. Interesting.
Yep, she's got the skull condom going on there.
And what is that? A 9?
I call it. Yeah, it's an 8.0.
8.0. Okay.
Oh, please! I wish this was in the 9s.
170. That's less than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. But you know what? It's still okay with me. You know the reason that they made She-Hulk and Spider-Woman?
Yes, it was because they wanted to take up those licenses, basically, so other folks couldn't jump on that bandwagon and steal the product.
TV studios. Yep. It's them from the Bionic Man and the Bionic Woman, I believe.
Yeah. It's funny. It goes if you have a 9.6 of that, it's $564. If you go up to 9.8,
$1,500.
$2,100. $2,160.
Well, 9.8 of a Marvel Spotlight again was not
High print.
I don't think it was a title that. Yeah, well, not just a high print run. This wasn't a book that. If you wanted Spider-Man books, you went and got a Spider-Man book. If you liked Fantastic Four, you bought the Fantastic Four. These books like Marvel 2-in-1, Marvel Team Up. They were trying to catch fans like, you know what, I don't have that much to read this. Well, I guess I got this one too. Marvel Spotlight. Spotlight and Spider-Woman. I don't know Spider-Woman. I want my Spider-Man. But look at the amount of black that's on that cover, though. Too.
Yeah.
And white on the back. There's a lot of color rub that went on with that.
Yep.
So, number
38.
Yes. Boom, boom, Miss Jubilee.
Oh, man. Yeah.
X-Men number
244.
244. And this is a direct edition, but it did get the limited label with it.
Yep. Damn, I'm jealous,
First
man.
appearance of Jubilee.
I have a 9.6 of that. And
okay.
And the 9.6 is running at $90 right now.
I can't believe that's under 100 now.
Yeah, that's a great buy. That's another remember me. 9.8 is sitting at a 300.
That's still cool.
That's fantastic.
I think I have a 90. I have a 9.6 also.
Wow.
There was one that I got at a garage sale. I cleaned it and pressed it and got a 9.6, which shocked me because I'm like, whoa, maybe I'm starting to figure this pressing thing out. I think that Jubilee, when the X-Men do come, is going to be a major factor in it. She was in the X-Men 97 cartoon series. Plus, it still is following the formula that Disney/Marvel seems to be placing, with female multi-ethnicities being represented to try to capitalize on a world market. Did I say that out loud? No, sorry. But in making sure that everybody is represented, I think Jubilee would go a long way.
Yeah. Number 37.
But is another X-Men book, and we're dropping back 23 issues for first appearance of Mr. Sinister.
Man, you have a 9.8 of that?
Sorry.
Jesus, man. You just...
And I do remember paying top dollar for this one because I really wanted it. It's probably less than I paid for it now.
$3.52.
It's less than I paid for it now.
Damn, man. I have a 9.2 of that signed by Chris Claremont.
Okay, well, I think signed by artists kind of trumps the 9.8. So this will be number 36. This is one of the Star Wars books in my collection. Yes, I have more than what's behind me. This was Star Wars number 81, The Return of Boba Fett. And also one of my favorite covers from the original Star Wars run. I just thought it was a beautiful, beautiful cover.
It's very different than what I think of when I think of that original Star Wars run.
And it is at 9.8.
336.
Yeah, just the facial tones, the lighting that they have on Han's face, very well drawn. Staying with Star Wars, though, in the next book at number 35, we have the very final issue of Star Wars, number 107. And this shows the difference in the quality of the artwork. This is probably one of the worst drawn covers in the history of comics.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, man, look at Han.
Yeah, I know. When you're down to the last issue, you're at the last issue because nobody's buying it. If nobody's buying it, and a low print run, none of the good artists want to do the works. They're like, hey, do we have any interns? Do Star Wars. So I'm sure that somewhere out there, Mary Jo Duffy, who's no, she did the story. Who did the cover art? Oh, there's a collaboration between two people. One of them being Joe Rubinstein.
So what was the grade on that?
9.4. Very tough book to get in high grade.
Yeah, it's 650, 9.8, 125, and 9.4.
That's fine. Yeah, I want to get. I'm trying to get I want to get the entire run of Star Wars in the original Star Wars 1 through 107. My goal was to hit all the keys first, which I had just about all of them, one way or another. But I do trying to fill in the other ones, which are not key books, and you should be able to get very easily. People are still asking top dollar for it. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
So this one is our first book issue. Back issue book club.
Number
34.
Yep.
Wolverine Limited Series number 1 from 1982 in a 9.2 white page. And it does also have the custom label, which is partially blocked by their logo, their holographic sticker.
Why don't they make that smaller?
Wolverine only has one arm.
9.2. So that'll
off
134.
Yep.
Ooh, there's a 9.9 out there that was sold in November of 2020 for $10,800.
Nope, I wouldn't want it. Not for 10
Hell
grand.
no. Are you kidding me?
Look, is it an iconic book? Absolutely. Do I think it's? Could I do something better with $10,000?
Yeah.
I mean, unless the person that bought that has every book that I would go buy for $10,000 already.
No,
and that's a possibility. So number
33.
33. This was the first book first comic book basically that I got from Mrs. Ohana, and she likes it quite a lot. It is from 1961, Chippendale number 26. Not the dancers. Calm yourself.
It's interesting how they have the apostrophe on both sides of the N. Chippendale.
And you're not going to find any real value on this. It's very hard to find.
I don't find anything.
It's a 9.6.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
And it is also what's called a file copy, meaning that the company, in this instance, Dell Publishing, when they made the comic books, they didn't have a digital image to store back in 1961. They actually stored the books in file cabinets. So if they needed to, did we run this ad like 3 months ago or 2 years ago, or didn't we have this storyline? Pull the book out. Let's have it as a reference.
That's cool.
So if it didn't get pulled out and referenced, then it stays in mint condition, never touching sunlight. So you wind up with somebody getting it and getting a 9.6. And on the back end, advertisement, not for Twinkies, but for the Twinkles. I got excited a second ago. I thought it was Twinkies. I'm like, ooh, dessert. 32.
Number 32.
32 is the most speculated character in the last 18 months in the MCU, and he's still not here. But I think he will be at some point. It's Mephisto. Silver Surfer number 3 with a Silver Surfer custom label.
That's cool.
In a 3.5 off-white page.
That book is expensive, I feel like.
It's not as much as it was. You're seeing how much it's dropped, aren't you?
No, I'm just seeing...
Oh, high grades?
A 9.8 sold for $55,000 in April of 22.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the hell up. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's nuts.
But what's a 3.5 selling for? A box of Cheerios.
360.
That's still really good. And this is a book that really does present nicely. But if you notice, there's pen marks in the V
Yeah.
of silver. And also up here, looks like somebody wrote the number 7. But yeah, the back of the book represents really nicely. And it's another one of those ones that up on your wall, people don't have to look at the grade. They don't have to do any research. They just look up and go, oh, Mephisto. It's one of those iconic covers that just stands out, and you know the book when you see it. And seeing, like I said, the Silver Surfer custom label, that's kind of cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't send in for custom labels anymore, but if I see one on an auction and it happens to have it, I will go that extra $5 on the bid. 31.
Yep, 31.
31 is the first appearance of an, and this is only a 4.0, but it is from 1968. Yes. It's the first full appearance because she was around a couple other times. Like you saw her hand here or her foot here. But in 1968, the Spider-Man number 43, first appearance of Mary Jane Watson. And it is a 4.0, creamed off-white pages. And this is the one, I believe, at the very end of the book. Yes, it does have that line that I referenced in the last video. Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot.
It also features the origin story of Rhino. Just side note.
It's the second appearance of Rhino.
Yeah. Your copy will run you $150.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in an effort this year to bring some more rounded legitimacy to my collection, especially in people's eyes like yours, sir, I have been trying to get more DC books.
Hey.
So this one is not a key, but it is a really nice grade of an early Superman book.
Coming in at number 30.
It is Superman number 40.
Dun, 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 dun.
From 1946.
That's super cool.
And we got a 7.0 off-white page.
It's pretty, man. It's very pretty.
A lot of white on that.
Yeah.
A lot of red on the back.
And I love that advertisement.
So ever ready batteries, and
Yeah.
It's got a guy trying to, he's just coming out of the war, And it's the private saying, "No, this tank is my souvenir," and the sergeant's like, "I don't think so." It's got Mr. Mixelplick and
Harry Whodunit?
Impish Susie. So I don't know who Impish Susie is, but they're running circles around Superman down there. If they could do it fast enough, they'll turn back time like he did in 1978, right?
So what? That was a 7-0?
Yes.
The last sale here is way out of date. So the only recent sale is on here is 4.0 for 260.
What was the date of that?
The 4.0?
Yeah.
12/05 of last year.
Oh wow! So the everything else is older than that. Oh wait,
Yeah.
not December 2005.
No, December 5th of 2022.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm really happy about the 7.0. It's tough to get those older books in high grades. So
29.
number 29, we have Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8, 9.2 white page in a direct edition, because that is actually very important in these books. First appearance. Well, no,
Yes.
It's the origin. Really is the origin of the black costume later becoming Venom. It's not revealed to be a symbiote at this point, but did come out a few months after the actual first appearance of the costume. And Frogger was on the back.
Frogger 2.
Frogger 2, yes. Beyond the Pond.
Frogger 2, Beyond the Pond. That's going to run you 209 these days.
These days.
Ooh, there's a gem mint, a 10-0. 10-0, a 10.
Oh, wait. Okay, so hang on. A Gem Mint 10.0. It's a direct edition?
Yeah.
I would spend more on a 10.0 of this than I would a 9.9 Wolverine number 1, personally. But I'm going to bet it's not as expensive because it's not Frank Miller drawn. I'm going to say it's 7,800.
No, 14,000.
Lower? Oh, I thought you said it was okay. I thought you were saying that I was correct in the fact that it's less than the Wolverine.
It was. What was the Wolverine?
10.
Oh, sorry. I lied.
Well, again, if I got 15 grand, I'll take this for 14 at a 10.0 before I spend 10 on the Wolverine.
Yeah. And
okay,
just for reference, a 9.9 sold this past December for 520, which is way less than I would imagine.
Not if there's a higher grade. How much was the 9.8?
The last one sold was 706.
So you could get a 9.9 for less money than a 9.8.
Yeah, maybe there was like one of those early morning auctions.
Or somebody sold a 9.9 of a facsimile of the book and entered it incorrectly in cover price.
Maybe.
Well, let's see what we get on the next one, which is
28.
Amazing Spider-Man number 252, first appearance of the actual black costume, in an homage to Amazing Fantasy number 15.
How did I never put that together?
I don't know.
I guess because the colors are so different.
And it's funny because this came out months before, but it also has ads for Frogger on the back.
So that's the newsstand.
Newsstand edition, Year of the Frog.
And
9.5, 9.94 white page.
285.
Cool.
So it goes 285, and then 9.6 is a 470, and then 9.8 is 2,000.
Wow, in a newsstand.
Yes.
Jeez. So the next two books are both magazine-sized books.
27.
Number 27, we have a book that I didn't even realize something about the cover until you pointed it out to me. Is volume 5, number 8 of the Mickey Mouse magazine from 1940. And I did not realize that his butt was so far in the air because his tail is tied to another balloon that I didn't see up here. I thought his whole character was being lifted by one balloon. And they were advertising, though, at the time in 1940 that when you got this book, make sure that you go to the movie theater and see the brand new film called Pinocchio.
That's my favorite part of that book.
It's got a full-page ad for the new movie Pinocchio.
For the quote unquote new movie Pinocchio. Coming in at number 26.
Number 26. As the subject of the back cover of that book from 1939, Whitman's publication of Pinocchio. I think there are 7 graded copies known.
That's an interesting back. It's just an image.
Yep. And it is in a 3.5 cream to off-white page. They got the giant slab and the tiniest print, I swear.
Yeah. I can't find anything on it.
No, it's a very tough book you're not going to find any sales on it. That's what makes it really hard when you're trying to determine the values on this. It is literally what the person is willing to pay for it.
Yep.
So there is one book that I will really emphasize in the top 20. If you stick around for that video, that you'll understand what I'm talking about. What number, sir?
25.
We're getting back to much more modern days. This is a book that I won in an auction on Facebook. It was one of those ones where I just put in the comments what your bid is. And I put in a starter bid and I forgot all about it. And a week later, the guy said, please send me money. I'm like, who the hell are you? Yeah, you won the auction. Auction? What auction? And then he told me, I'm like, there's no way I won that for that price. And I'm like, okay, I'll pay you a PayPal. And I'm not paying friends and family. I got protection. Give it a shot. The book came in the mail. I'm like, this looks really nice. I sent it off for grading. And I hit a 9.6.
Wow.
On Venom's first cover appearance. Spider-Man 316. You can pop those zits.
I hate that ad because there are like polka dots that are like faint in the background that makes it look like there's like grease on the paper.
I don't remember which book it was that I bought on eBay, but when I got the book, it looked like some kid had drawn, like filled in the teeth with a pen and zit marks and everything else like that. And it just like totally destroyed the back of the book. And I went back to the auction. I went, this is not, he showed the back cover. It was clean. I said, this is not the book that I paid for. Oh, I must have sent you the wrong one. I said, okay, well, then send me a return label and then send me the right one. I don't know where the right one is. You took a picture of it?
Oh, no.
Well, I got my money back, but I wanted the book.
Yeah. That's $274 for a 9.6.
Very, very nice.
That is very nice.
And I think everything all together was maybe $75 I paid for this book.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what you always hear people that get like these. I found this at such and such a price, and that's probably my best one. I don't have any $5,000 books that I got at a garage sale.
Yeah,
but I have a ton of books that I paid $275 and are worth $50 now, so it all balances out.
Yeah. 24.
24. We are pulling out what in Mrs. Ohana's Disney comics, what I consider to be the nicest looking cover. Really, really sharp. Comes in at a 7.5. It is Walt Disney Comics and Stories number 41 from March of 1944. So World War II is on strong, and this was the cover. And this is really, really, really a pretty book. I think it's a 7.5 off-white page.
Cream to off-white.
Oh, cream to off-white. Okay. But the cover does not look it.
No.
And if you wanted to get a subscription, you could fill out the back. It was only $1 a year.
Gosh, so cheap.
I couldn't get a copy of. I couldn't get a subscription to Free Comic Book Day for $1.
Right.
And by the way, just it's another one that has an address on it, so we could really start stalking these people.
That is amazing to me. It's in that good condition though, because that means it was delivered to them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And a lot of times the ones that were delivered were folded because they had to go into a mailbox or something. This one has no subscription crease on it. It looks really, 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 really nice. I'll see if I get an angle on it. but that cover has no
Yeah.
flaws or anything to it.
Yeah.
And of course, there are no prices to it, so
Yep. Nothing to find.
that's okay. Next book, 23, sorry.
23. Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad that they interlock so they don't fall, but it gets me a pain in the neck when I try to pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book that I got in a grab bag. I always forget who sent it to me, and then I say I'm sorry to him when he reminds me. But the more important thing is I sent it in for the most expensive signing I've ever paid for. And a clean and a press. So I did get Star Wars Episode 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi #1, the photo variant, signed by Ewan McGregor, and a 9.6 white page. Would have been wonderful to have that as a 9.8, but there are not many 9.8s of this, so I'm not going to complain. Dropping into number 22.
Yep.
So Captain America #117. First appearance of the Falcon in a 5.0.
Great book. Classic CBCS label on the top there.
Yep.
Those colors are popping, man.
And this is a great time to get this book, I tell you right now, which is why I got it not too long ago.
7.5.
5.0.
See. 5.0. $2.99.
Yeah, I don't think I paid anywhere near that.
Fantastic.
And I would love to get a Captain America 100 as well, but with the white bordering. And the prices are still falling on that, so I'm still keeping my eyes open for a good buy. I saw one the other day, and I didn't have the funds because it was Christmas time. It was an 8.0, and it went for $5.60.
You normally would have jumped on that.
Yeah, because the way I always looked at the Captain America is you're paying $100 per point up to a certain point. It's like a 3.0 will be a $300, 4.0 will be $400. So I was like 8.0 for $569. Damn.
Yeah.
And I'm calling the banks, and they're like, "Don't you do it? No. Your credit cards are smoking." So we have one more book to round this out. It's number 21. This is easy for me to count, right? This is one of my favorite books.
Oh.
And it's not one of yours. I know that. It's Marvel Superheroes Winter Special. Number 8. First appearance of the Squirrel Girl.
I don't have an issue with it.
Well, you were always like, yeah, I know. You got a 9.8 in Squirrel Girl.
Oh.
Well, it is a 64-page square-bound book.
Marvel Super Dash Heroes.
Yep.
Number.
Winter Special.
Ugh.
Number 8.
Stupid titles.
It is a 31-year-old book.
Come on.
Cover price?
Yeah, it's just so slow.
There should be I think it would be nice if they had other search parameters.
Yes.
Like you could put in, like click first appearance and go to the field, say Squirrel Girl.
That would be fantastic. Is it a direct?
Yes, it is.
So you're looking at $4.40, which is great.
It is a really low price, and I think it was on its way up, and then it came down. It's come back down again. It's right about what I paid for it. So in this market, to have a book that is what I paid for it and not 20, 30, 40% less, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I really think that it's the springtime. You're going to start to see a rebound a bit in the comic book market, which is going to be nice. Not so much in the modern books as you will in the silver, bronze, and even copper age books. Definitely golden. But people are going to start getting their income tax returns. Now that we made it past the holidays, I think this is a good time that you still keep hunting for those buys, but if you haven't sold your books, hang on to them, man. Unless you're selling them to me. That's cool. All right, so that rounds out 21 through 40, meaning we have one major stack left to go. It's the top 20 books of my collection. There are new books this year. A lot of books are still there from last year, but there have been some new additions in 2022. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Do not forget to click like, subscribe, click on those notifications. Join us on Patreon. Join us on our podcast. Check us out on eBay where we have our T-shirts and our hats. Just drop us any kind of information on what you'd like to see. Watch our reaction videos. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. We got Bad Batch coming out. I'm so excited about this. And, geez, I can just keep going, but I won't because I want you to get off this and get ready for the next video. And until we see you there, mahalo.